All right, everybody, welcome to episode number 19 of the Final Circle podcast. My name is Ray, aka BLiTz5, in case this is your first time listening to the podcast. And my co host is one of my best buddies, IRL. His name is Andrew, and his gamer tag is Sypher5. What up, dude?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, not
What's going
much, man.
on?
Almost at number 20 of the podcast, dude. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, me too. It's almost well, I was about to say double digits, but we're beyond double
Yeah,
digits.
yeah, we're beyond double digits. But I was thinking, man, you see like these podcasts sometimes when they're in like the hundreds or like Joe Rogan's in like the thousands. And, I don't
Yeah.
know what will happen, in the future. I think we're going to stay pretty consistent. But I'm just excited to keep going and see how it grows and, just have fun talking about games and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking, I think we need to maybe have some more guests on the podcast. Mike Mogg in the stream, he's a real entertaining guy. And
Yeah.
he seemed like he's kind of interested in being on the podcast. And I think that'd be fun. So we'll try to get some people from the stream, I think, on the podcast if you're down.
Yeah. It always definitely gives us a little bit of change of flavor than just talking to each other for an hour.
Yeah, plus we get to interview people
Yeah.
and ask them about their gamer tag story, why they play Xbox, what games they play, or what system they're on, whatever, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Give the people what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it definitely gives us a change of pace too. Nice to break it up besides talking about PUBG or Battle Royales in general.
Yeah, yeah, just talk about gaming in general. Of course. And just to date the podcast today, as we're recording this, is April 10th, 2019. Today is what, Wednesday? That's pretty much when we've been recording the podcast, is on Wednesday, and we post it on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think where you want to start here. Something interesting, because we were just talking about interviewing people. I don't know
Yeah.
if I know sometimes you're in and out of the stream. Today was actually a hilarious day streaming. Yesterday was an amazing stream. I did 10 hours on stream. So if you guys were a part of that, thank you guys very much for showing up and hanging out. There was like so many people coming in and out of the stream. That
Yeah,
was
it was
probably,
busy.
yeah, that was probably one of my, I looked at the numbers overall, and that was probably one of my more successful streams. And that was definitely, when me and you did a marathon stream when Blackout came out, right? I think I streamed for
Yeah.
12 hours or something like that.
I think it was more
It might have been
than
14.
that,
It might have
wasn't
been
it?
14
I don't know.
hours. Yeah, it might have been 14.
I think you ran out of recording time.
Yeah, literally, the part of it got lost on
Cut
YouTube
off.
because
Yeah.
cut off because I streamed that long. So this is,
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten close to that since. So I think that was the second longest stream that I did.
Yeah.
But today, what I did, I've never done this before. This was pretty fun. So if you guys follow me, most of the time I play solos or duos on the stream. I play with people from the stream for duos or my friends, and that usually keeps me pretty busy. But today I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just play with randoms and see if they'll come into a party with me. So I don't know if you saw this, but this is actually hilarious.
No.
So I kept going into duo games with nobody. Then we'd be like, all right, let's try to get him in. So I would send him messages. I would send an invite to the party, and then if he didn't invite, I'd say like, I send a message like, hey, dude, like let's chat, whatever. So I tried to get everybody in there. And then once they got in there, most part I was telling them I was tell them that I'm streaming. So then I would
Yeah.
try to like warn, and then nowadays when you're in a party, it's awkward if you don't know the person. Like not that many, you don't go into a party with
Oh yeah, I
like
know.
random people. So
Yeah.
I would like try to warm me up. I'd be like, hey, do you play PUBG a lot? Do you do this? Do you do that? And then after like they warmed up, a lot of times people would just be like, yes. Like short answers, and then I'd be like, oh, what guns you're using? They wouldn't even answer me. But then
Yeah.
after they warmed up, everybody from the stream, I'd be like, all right, let's start asking them crazy questions. So then I would take questions from the stream, and we were asking these people like the most ridiculous questions. Like this guy's from Canada. We were just asking him like, what state does he hate the most in America? Like just ridiculous stuff. And he was cracking up, dude. We were asking him like, what's his opinion on maple syrup? And like it was just so silly. And we ended up asking so many people, and we got a guy from Germany. Then we got,
Yeah.
and then the people in the chat were translating German for me. So because he literally like he wasn't speaking, he didn't speak much English. They made a guy that only spoke Spanish. So then I started,
Oh my
they were translating Spanish, and we were asking him questions, and that was hilarious. And then we kept, and honestly, I met a couple really nice people, and they all.
Yeah.
After all of the people who spoke English, they all literally enjoyed it afterward, and they're like, "Thanks, dude, that was fun." And one guy I met, we got 2 chicken dinners, and I ended up playing a couple of games with him.
Really?
Yeah, it was really funny, dude. Everybody loved
I
it.
missed that about gaming, dude.
Yeah, yeah, me too. It's fun talking to random people, but with the stream, it was just hilarious. And then I called it as a joke. I was saying it's called behind the helmet or underneath the helmet with BLiTz5. I'll look into PUBG players' lives because I was just asking people. Literally, someone was like, ask him if he has siblings. So I'm like, are you an only child? Or are you a sibling? Are you a sibling?
Oh my god! Do you think any of them subscribe to the channel?
I only told a couple people like, maybe they checked out my page, but I didn't ask them to. I just said, hey,
Yeah.
I was almost getting permission. I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know, your voice is coming through the stream. If you don't want it to, then I'll turn it off. Because I don't want someone's voice to come through if they don't want it to.
Yeah.
Anyways, it just was funny, dude. It was just like a funny little thing on the stream. I definitely want to do it again. It was pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
You should do like once a week or something.
Yeah, just play with randoms and like ask them questions. Plus, it was cool because then people were like, ask him what his favorite gun is, ask him what he thinks of the update, and then like people were just listening to this guy talking. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's kind of something that kind of got lost in gaming a little bit, right?
Yeah, I was telling them the story about how when me and you played on PC, that was way more popular. Everyone's talking when you play with randoms, they talk to you.
Yeah, because it's open mic pretty much.
Yeah, you just hit a button to speak, so it's like open in the game. Which, but Xbox is open to talk too, but nobody is talking. Nah. Everyone's in a party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like rarely people in game chat anymore, or they don't have mics. And on Xbox, I'm shocked by how many people have mic issues on Xbox. Oh, it's like insane. God. It's insane, dude. More people have mic problems than don't. Almost every person echoes, which I don't know like how that happens. I guess everyone has their headset really loud, and I don't understand. I don't understand it.
Kills me.
It's kind of tough for the stream, so that was a little tough, but it was
you don't know who you're gonna get in there. I mean, I maybe because I'm older, I just want like nice sounding things, or like what I mean. I
hear you.
I hate hearing like echoing or something. It's just so hard to pull. Like you're just like, oh.
Yeah, and definitely game and definitely game in PUBG, man. Like sometimes I'm playing with people and they constantly have like static, and you're trying to listen to people like footsteps, And for the most part, it doesn't matter. But say if you're in the final circle or there's only a couple people left, and you're just trying to listen in, like, and that static is just buzzing in your ear, and you're like, dude, and then it's also like just really distracting. And like, dude, it's awful.
Dude, it just headphone etiquette.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, and like, how do you know if your headset, unless your friend tells you, you don't really know if it's like your headset's bad, right? I guess you need good friends to tell you to get a new headset, I think. Yeah,
you need some reliable friends, dude. Honestly, like listening to certain things in general bothers me. Like not even outside of gaming. I think I told you this one time. Like I was listening to the H3 podcast. Mm-hmm. And he was eating something in the podcast, and his lips were just smacking, like, and I was like, it drove me so nuts. I haven't listened to that podcast since.
Wow.
I was like, dude, that is the rudest. He's like, I'm eating cookies, and I'm like, dude, that's the rudest thing I've ever witnessed in my entire life. Yeah, because it's so loud in your ears, and you're like in your car, and you just hear.
Well, that's the thing, because some people, if you're listening in a house while you're doing dishes, like you don't really pick up on that stuff a lot. But a lot of people are listening. If you're on a train or if you're in a car, that stuff is like in your ear, and that's all you're hearing. Yeah. So the audio quality is super, super, super important.
Dude. So I'm super conscious of everything I do on the microphone. Like I'm like, when I drink water, I'm like gently drinking water.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's hard always because like right there, I cleared my throat. It's hard to be that way, but yeah, I agree with you. I try to be.
I refuse to chew gum or eat anything on it because if I was listening, I wouldn't listen to us anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's
straight up not.
Yeah, that stuff turns me off too. And I used to be all about the H3 podcast, and I stopped listening to it too. He had some bad interviews, like just the way, I don't know, like they're I guess like I think they're really funny for the videos, but the podcast I don't really enjoy it.
I got bored of it, I guess is the problem.
I don't really enjoy it. I mean, we talked about it a million times, but they did the podcast with Player Known was pretty good, mostly because it was just interesting listening to Player Known.
And Dr. Disrespect too.
Dr. Disrespect. Those two were good, but it was because of the guests, really, not because of
the guests. I think it was good. The thing is with Player Unknown is they're interviewing him. They're like, so how do you feel about like copyrights? And like they're just like dancing around like, dude, we know there's a lawsuit open for PUBG suing, Fortnite. Like you're just like dancing around. Like just man up and ask.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, they had a really cringy interview with like Bill Burr that's like went almost like viral because of how like cringy it was. It was really bad. I couldn't even watch it.
Really? What happened?
I think Bill Burr kind of like got like mad at him. like during the
Oh,
interview
really?
a couple times. Yeah, it got awkward. Like he was literally like, "Why are you asking me that?" But he was like being serious, and he was like, "Don't ask me that question in an interview." And then
Really?
like,
I wonder
and
what
then
the
they were like,
question was.
"Oh," one of them was he was asking about like his personal life, and Bill Burr just like, "I don't want to talk about my personal life." He's like, "There's crazy people on the internet," and then I think the H3 people thought it was like funny. They like thought he was being a comedian or like, I mean, being like a bit or something, and he's like, "I'm not kidding at all. Like I'm being dead serious." And then they were like, "Oh." And then like something else happened, and it just got like really awkward and went downhill like really fast. It was like,
Really?
but I mean, shit like that happens. But damn, yeah, it was like pretty brutal. I had to turn it off. And I went
That's
back
an
to try to
older
finish it. Yeah, I went back to try to finish it, and I couldn't. It was just so brutal to watch. And then recently, he was interviewing someone else, and it was kind of going the same way. And I just thought he was kind of being like a dick. No, whatever. And I'm just like, this is kind of weird. So
No, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's just like, I don't know.
it's tough, man. It's tough interviewing people, especially when they're really
It is.
famous.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, I think there's obviously a line, but sometimes you don't know where to draw that line.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Plus, if you, yeah, it's pretty.
But I mean,
complicated.
also you want to be, if you're, I understand like you're famous and people probably are always prying into your life and you're just kind of like, what the hell, dude? Like I came here to, you know what I mean? Like this does more for you than it does for me. So don't,
Yeah, I think that's where he was coming from. Yeah.
like
Yeah,
don't like, you don't need to pry into my life. Like I'm here just to
yeah, well, some
hang
people
out.
are pretty. Some people are pretty, serious about their privacy, and we were talking about that today in
Yeah.
the stream as well. Like Joe Rogan's like that. He doesn't really talk. He'll mention his daughters, but like he rarely talks about like
You
personal
don't,
stuff.
you don't even know their names.
Yeah,
Like,
he won't. He won't like talk about like his like wife that much, and that's why I try to respect that in the stream too, man. Because like I like to know about people so I can talk with them, like where they're from. But like you don't want to like I don't want to make people uncomfortable, and I think for anybody listening, it's just important that like you keep. If you're older, it's fine, but if you're like on the younger side, make sure that you keep that stuff to yourself. Because like for me
Well,
now,
yeah,
I don't
dude,
really
there
care
are
if you
crazy
guys.
people on
Yeah,
the
I don't.
internet.
Yeah, there are crazy people. It's still scary, but like I don't care if you know my name or like where really I live. I mean, do I want random people to know my address? No, but like, you know what I mean? Like most people's information is out there on the internet now, so you can find it. But there are, like you said, there's just crazy people on the internet, so you never know what's going on.
Yeah. No, I agree. It always bothers me when you see like those like interviews where they're like just asking deeply personal questions. You're like, what does this have to do with a movie?
Yeah,
that they're in?
yes, unless it's
You're
going,
like, I don't care.
unless the topic is going that way in a podcast where they're like talking about, they're opening up and talking, but like to be in like a movie interview and then to ask something super deep like that is kind of rude. Yeah, I agree.
It's like I remember they actually tried to do that with like Player Unknown, and they were like, "How do you feel about Doctor Disrespect's situation?" And he was just like, "What?" Like he's like, that's his problem, like his situation. Like I hope he works it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's just like, dude, like what? He's like, what does that matter? It had nothing to do with him being there at all.
Yeah, that's got to be annoying taking those questions all the time too, and like having
you're
to
like,
like
dude,
tiptoe
the guy
around
just
them.
plays the game I made. Like okay, like
Yeah.
it's not like I'm his mother. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But I don't know. We went way off topic.
That's
there.
cool. Yeah. Still game related because I mean H3 has a lot of stuff with gaming and we were talking about that, but just other podcast stuff out there. So to bring it back to, I guess we'll talk a little PUBG, man. You want to talk about this was funny this morning, man. You want to tell people what you saw this morning and you tagged me. I woke up early this morning, but I haven't been waking up that early recently.
So there's an Instagram account. I'm not even gonna name it. I was like, I
you can if you
them.
want
It's
to.
a PUBG.
Okay.
How is it? PUBG.battlegrounds.
Yeah.
But it's like on the on there. I was like, I wake up, look at the Instagram, scrolling through, and I just see this video. I'm like, oh, this looks cool. And it's literally your video of launching off a cliff in the white ghillie suit, doing the front flip, landing, hitting the knoll, then getting stuck and killing the two dudes. It was like exactly your clip, and the guy just boosted it and put it on their Instagram. And didn't even give you credit. So I started tagging, like I tagged you in it, and then I was like, yo, it's kind of messed up. You didn't, tag the person, like, and I don't know if that's like something you can report on Instagram, but it's definitely like messed up. Like, how are you gonna just take someone's thing and not even think about the fact that they're gonna notice it? Not notice.
Yeah.
And he did tag you, which is funny. After
I have a really small account, so like the people get away with it. And if you think about it, I mean that's what a lot of meme accounts do. They just like all those meme accounts that got popular, like Fuck Jerry and all that
I
stuff.
think a lot of them got in trouble for that too. For stealing that stuff.
I think they literally just got in trouble because I don't think there's really any like legal trouble unless you really have like a copyright on something or like would take them to
Yeah.
court. But like on a meme, I really don't think there is, because I went to go report it in a way, like just to see if I could. I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, at this stage, I wouldn't have reported that video, but I went to go see like what the options were, and that wasn't even there. You could just flag it for being inappropriate, because I flag people on Instagram all the time when I get sent like those like bot accounts or something like likes my page, or I get a friend request from like a cam girl. I like immediately flag those, and I get messages from excuse me, from Instagram all the time saying like, thank you for flagging that, and we'd like to delete that account. And then I feel better because I'm like, I hate spam, you know?
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of those lately too. But yeah, I mean, I think we went around just like commenting in there and be like, yo, dude, this is messed up, and you tagged it, like, because then people probably see it and they're like, oh,
yeah,
in the comments.
No, but thank you for
Like,
doing that.
yeah.
And then I also commented like, hey, dude,
Yeah.
where did you rip this from? I was like, at least tag me in this video.
Yeah, he cut it. Yeah, he cut it too. So
Yeah.
it was just weird. So they like literally downloaded it or something and cut it out, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so. There's a lot of apps. I mean, I also put it on Reddit, so I just wanted to know where he got it from, because I put it on Reddit and Instagram, and I put it on Twitter,
Yeah.
but Twitter makes it really low quality, so I don't think he would have ripped it from Twitter.
Yeah, I bet he just, it's probably some, honestly, like I bet the account is like some like India or some Middle Eastern account. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's actually
Actually,
like
maybe it wasn't. Maybe
it's
it's
like
not, 'cause
the-
English. Some of them I see there are. Like,
yeah, no, there's a
definitely
lot.
not
There's a lot because of like
American
PUBG Mobile and stuff. So it's definitely not inaccurate.
account.
But
Yeah, or
this is like the biggest PUBG fan account. I think when I
Yeah.
searched it, it has 200,000 followers, and the clip.
Oh yeah.
The clip had.
Yeah, you're right. This one is definitely the big one.
This
But
clip
you
had,
think, like,
it has
it's being that
25,000
way.
views. No.
Oh, I know. Did you get any follows from it?
I have some followers, but it's hard to say if it's from that. But I have some new followers, so maybe, yeah.
Maybe. I think it's just, yeah, honestly, it's just a little bit annoying that, like, you're a big account. Like, it doesn't hurt you to post, like, say, hey, credit this person.
No, I
You know
mean
what
they should. A lot of times it's probably like a kid or something. And they just don't even. think
Yeah,
about it
they're
or
just taking
care.
their videos, or like even like Choco Taco. I guess he doesn't really care, but they always post that stuff. It's like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
you're
but
not
even
making
this
your
is
own
messed
content.
up. PUBG.Battlegrounds newest post. This was posted on Reddit. Because I frequent Reddit a lot, so this guy's definitely stealing stuff off Reddit. Because that's
Oh,
where I
he said
posted. No, because this next post I just saw on Reddit. This guy on Reddit posted recently that he went on a run, and there was like a red. It looks like a hot tub or something that's got a blue tarp over it, and it looks like a airdrop, excuse me, a care package. And so this was posted on Reddit, and now it's on the PUBG.Battlegrounds account. So this guy seems like he's
just
stealing
ripping
stuff
things.
from Reddit and just putting it on here. So
That's lame. That's kind of lame.
yeah,
I mean,
that is kind of lame.
I mean, I get it. Like, you have to come up with content, but you should credit the people. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. Yeah,
if
you mean
you credit it, it's not a big deal.
no, or you ask permission. What you do is you say, "Hey, can I post this on my account?" And I'll tag you, and then it's like
Yeah,
a win-win,
I mean,
because then
most
it
people are gonna say
spotlights.
yes
Yes, because they want their
because
thing
it's
to
a
be
big
viewed.
account.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
100%.
got 18,000 views, dude. Like, maybe you would have gotten like 10 more followers. Like, come on.
yeah.
Bullshit.
No, 100%. It's that is kind of sketchy. So if you guys ever see stuff like that out there, and if you're running your own accounts, make sure you do it the right way. It's just a nice thing to do.
Now you gotta just watermark everything and just say F it.
Well,
So when they try to rip it.
that particular clip was pretty cool. A lot of times I post stuff that's just like whatever, but I thought that one, the clip in its entirety is pretty funny, because I'm just doing a bunch of backflips and front flips on the
Yeah.
snowmobile, and then in one section of it towards the end, I do a front flip, and then I'm by myself in a solo match, and two guys come start shooting at me, and I get off the snow bike and I kill them both. Partially because I had an AUG, but it was just a sick clip because I 1v2 these guys after doing a front flip off a mountain. So that part was kind of cool, and I don't know. So I should know that when it's a cool clip, I should put BLiTz5 maybe somewhere and put like a light or a really light watermark like in part of the video or something. So lesson learned. It's just like, honestly at this point, like it's not like, it's just an Instagram clip, so I don't really mind. I would just rather the guy credit me. So. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Whatever,
That's so
at
funny
least-
you noticed it, dude. It's so funny.
Dude, I was watching it. I was like, wait a minute. And then I saw, I was like, this is him. I was
Yeah.
like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, that was funny. I mean, if anything, I was almost kind of like, not flattered is too strong of a word because it's just a PUBG clip, but I was happy to see that somebody else like appreciated the video and like posted it.
Yeah.
And then
But it
also,
sucks because no one else knows it's yours.
yeah, and then on Reddit though, it got a lot of views on Reddit today and a lot of like comments, and it was on the front of the PUBG Xbox like Reddit. So
Really?
yeah,
That's good.
so
I'm trying to see.
that was good. A lot of people wrote
Worthy.
like nice things like, "Oh, it's a funny clip." Like people were saying it was like hilarious or like "nice job." So it was cool. It's always nice to
Yeah.
get a little bit of
I mean,
feedback, positive feedback. Because for me, you know, I'm like always posting stuff out there, and you're kind of just like throwing stuff at the wall. Hopefully, it's like something sticks, or
yeah.
I don't know. And for me, it's
No,
like kind of almost like,
you got it.
yeah, first of all, I like sharing it, and second of all, like, you know, maybe that person will see my page somewhere else and then be like, oh, I recognize that dude, and it kind of comes back like full circle in some shape or form. I don't know.
Yeah. It will. I mean,
It's
it's all
just a thought.
saturation, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But
I
that
mean,
was
it was just funny.
yeah, it was a funny thing, man. And I guess that's a good segue to talk about the new update in the snow bike and all that stuff. Have you played? What the update came in on Tuesday, so today's Wednesday. Did you play last night?
So yeah, I played last night for
Okay.
a while. I played all the maps. I think yes, I played all the maps. I mean, we got into the what is the truck called? Oh my gosh,
It's the Zima. Is the
the Zima, and the
yeah.
Zima's cool. The Zima's definitely really cool. I didn't see a snow bike though.
Okay.
The Zima kind of sounds like a tank.
Yeah,
It
the
kind
Zima
of drives like one too.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like heavier. And for anybody listening, the Zima replaced the UAZ on Vikendi, and the snow bike has replaced the motorcycle on Vikendi. 2 new vehicles in the map, and then the update also has flare guns have been added to all the maps. Average of 3 spawn on every single map, and there was some alleged improvements to the game, but it kind of backfired again, like typical PUBG fashion.
Yeah, there. I didn't see any flare guns. I don't even think I heard one go off.
I've been hearing them, but I haven't seen one. I found one, but it was already shot. Like I found it off a person's body.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I heard one. And it was too early. I was like, it just
Yeah, you
like,
have to wait until the first blue zone goes to use it.
Yeah, so that guy was probably like, oh,
Yeah.
but
Fail.
it was definitely. I mean, yeah, I didn't really notice any changes to be honest with you. I noticed actually that my controls were all reset.
Or messed up.
Nothing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that was a fun time.
Yeah, not everything reset, but a bunch of things set in your controller settings. So if you guys haven't played in a week or so, when you get back on, make sure you set your controller settings. And if you have any issues, a lot of times you have to switch your controller setting back to A, back to B, back to A again, or back to B, whatever one you use. You have to flip it back and forth. There was some kind of error going on, which who knows how this stuff happens, but there was a message in the menu system explaining what to do if you're having issues. But
yeah, it was just weird because I jumped and I went to go do something. I hit the start menu and it literally went to like, leave game, blah, blah, blah. I was like, wait, where's my character?
yeah, a lot of people
stuff?
couldn't see their menu.
Inventory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So stupid. It's just like, how do you break that?
Yo, how
just
isn't that like
don't get it.
once you put the patch in, doesn't somebody like go in and just like do one test game with like by themselves?
You're
to, like,
supposed to. I don't know what they're doing over there, dude, with that stuff. Like, does nobody do it? Like, did they not test it? I don't know what they're doing, bro. They're just pushing crap out.
That was kind of weird.
That
That was
instance.
kind of strange that would get pushed out like that, you know?
Dude, it just like lowered my faith of like, is there competence?
Well, you know what's kind of crazy is that day, on the forum. So like in the morning, people messaged me on Twitter being like, "Dude, there's a new update," and they sent me like a screenshot of the PUBG dashboard. And this was before I got on Xbox. I stream in the afternoon, and it said the menu system, said that there was going to be patch number 6 coming that night. This was on Monday. So then I'm like, oh shit, a patch is coming. Like I got to like make an update video. So then I Google it and I'm like, oh, there's no patch updates. So then I go on the forum and everyone's like commenting like, dude, we saw this message, like what's happening? And one of the community managers literally said 5 hours before the update that he didn't know what was going to be in the update. And then everyone was like, bruh, are you kidding me? And then he like clarified that like, all right, they kind of know, they just don't like 100% know everything that's going to make it into the update. And I was just like, dude, I mean, I get it because I've worked in a corporate environment and like if they're really barely making these deadlines, but it's crazy to me that there always seem to be perpetually running at like the last minute of these updates for console. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I've never.
Especially when this stuff isn't time sensitive. It's not like when you work at a corporate company, you have like, if you have an external deadline that the public knows about, then it's really serious.
Yeah.
Like, because, okay, the public knows this update is coming on Monday, but they're like, they're subjectively, I mean, they're picking the time internally. They could just push it back 3 more days and we would have never known. Like,
I mean, dude, so
it's
most
confusing
like
to me.
development, I mean, most developments run in like what's called sprints, and they're typically like 2 week. Like we work in sprints, and it's 2 week windows. So like for
Okay.
2 weeks, it's a development period. So you set goals like they set a goal of like, okay, we plan on being able to finish these things in 2 weeks, and then they take a day off, week off, or they do some testing in that week. Then they, the next 2 weeks they say, okay, in this sprint we'll figure we could finish A, X, Y, and Z, and and we'll finish B from the last sprint. You know what I mean? They set goals that are like achievable in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
I don't think PUBG is doing that. That's like a very like
maybe for
corporate
PC, but not for us, not for console.
no, or something. But that's like a very like known, like proven development strategy
Interesting.
in like the real world, and that's how most companies work. And like it helps you set goals, and that way you're not biting off more than you can chew.
But they could be doing it, but
readjust.
it just seems like they're like pushing to the last day to. I mean, to not know what's in the patch that day, and it's coming in less than 12 hours. I mean, I guess that could happen. I mean, I guess I get it. I mean, I definitely get it, but it's just weird, and I also get why people are like, "What the f is going on here?"
Nah, I wouldn't get that. I don't like that one. I think that's a dumb. Like that's just like doesn't really make sense.
Yeah. Because really, the patch should already be ready, and then Monday should be like them getting ready to implement it. No.
Yeah, they're just that means they're just pushing random code changes, and that they're just like, well, is this done? Yeah, okay, put it in. Is this done? Yeah, put it in. Is this done? Yeah. So basically, when the menu broke, they probably didn't test it. They're like, oh yeah, we finished it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? I think that's what really happened, probably.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, man. That's a poor strategy.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But anyways, moving on from that, did you see like when I don't know how you felt about it, but I kind of agree with you. We talked really briefly before we started the podcast that like I got so hyped because, for me as a streamer, like a new patch comes out that day with a lot of people came in, but like in reality, like nothing changed to the game. There's just like, I mean, the snowbike is a lot of fun, but like if you're playing on Erangel, Miramar, and Sanhok, the only difference is that now there's a flare gun. There's no update to the game.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that much different.
No, yeah, 100%. I just think that that's a weird. I feel like they broke more than they even added.
Yeah, I mean, when I land now, I play in the Xbox One X SSD external hard drive. I have like, prior to this, I really have no issues since I've upgraded to this system that I have, Xbox One X. And now when I did some hot dropping to test it out, and like literally am like skipping like whole chunks, like a whole second of my game will just disappear, like where I'm like on a totally different side of the room, and because I hot drop somewhere, and that happens like that will probably happen like maybe 10 times when I hot drop, and I'm like, what is going on? This is like way worse than before. It's really, really strange.
That is a little weird. I'm just not like sure why that's happening. I also heard that there's a lot of lag issues. We were playing with Sith Lord, and he was like, I got lag issues right now. He was like jumping across the map pretty much, I think he was saying. I was like, what the hell? Yeah,
I saw a lot of people like saying the crazy like desync again, and like they reset the server, and they were supposed to do all this stuff to help desync, but it seems like it's just the same or worse for some people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Today I had less issues, but I skipped around for a little bit, a couple times when I was playing, and for the most part, I mean, it just feels. I mean, it just feels the same. But I have to say, it's stupid, but the snowbike really is a lot of fun. That's cool. The fact that we have a new vehicle, that's fine. But I think a lot of people are just waiting for the next update with the changes, the vector changes, the tack stock with the M16, like all that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger update for sure, and there's more to it. I mean the snowbike is cool. I mean it's cool additions. It's just like
that's not really like
you added 2 cars and you broke the menu. What? Whatever. It's just like a weird balance of doing good and bad for them. It's like 2 steps forward and 1.5 or 1 3/4 steps back.
I mean,
it's just like so weird.
I mean, and what's crazy is that's just been the joke like the whole time with PUBG console updates, and it's like continuing. And I mean, this has been for like a year now. And last year is when I started playing PUBG. I started playing in March, and in April is when I was really getting into playing it for the first time. And that was when like we would crash like 2 or 3 times a game, every game. Like, you were just crashing every game. The game was pretty much unplayable at that point. And we kept playing because it was just so much fun though still, and almost crashing was like a little mini game in itself. But it's crazy to think, I mean, it's come a long way, but
before you get die in the blue zone.
Yeah, but it's crazy to think that like we're still kind of just dealing with so many issues now.
Yeah, it's just so dumb. It's kind of funny, but I mean, it's come a long way. We still play it, so that's kind of a testament.
Yeah,
So,
no, for sure, man.
yeah.
And I guess anything else you want to talk about with the update?
Not really. That was like the weakest update. But
Yeah, it was a little weak. And I guess we should talk about, so Sith Lord, shout out to him. We mentioned him before in the podcast. He asked us if you want to tweet at us any topics. I'm at BLiTz5 on Twitter, and you guys know where to find me. If you want, you can comment on this video on YouTube, talk about stuff for next week. We always are open to suggestions and love hearing you guys' feedback. So he was saying that, obviously I follow PC stuff a lot, but I don't follow like the issues with PC as much because I just don't play on PC, even though me and Andrew both have the game there. But I guess they had a huge issue where a lot of people went to go log on PUBG. It didn't look like it was every single person, but a lot of players went to go log on and they had an error message, and PUBG was down for them for like anywhere. I saw it ranging from a couple hours to all the way to 9 hours where people just couldn't log in on the game. And
really?
yeah, and then I saw them tweeting out a bunch of things here. It was like really, really weird. There was some like code issue, and then they literally had to like send a patch out to like how the game was starting up and like loading the game and images.
What?
I need to go to maybe PUBG Twitter, to like the PUBG support Twitter, and see what they were saying. It was like really weird, like stuff again, like how does this happen? Like why is it like an image in the load up was like causing it to crash? I was like, what is going on?
That's a little weird.
Yeah, let's see here. So this is um yeah,
That's amazing.
I'm trying to look at it now. So I guess they found it, they've just found a bunch of critical issues and with the game. I don't really know exactly what it ended up being, but people
Yeah.
just couldn't play for a while, which sucks on PC. And that definitely kills like momentum when you go to log on a game and you just can't play.
Yeah, that's a bad. Mm, that's definitely just not good. I thought it was fine. It's just randomly that day it just got that way.
Well, I guess they did a live server maintenance for. Oh, so that it made it even worse. So there was live server maintenance 21 hours ago on PC, and then when it went live, that issue happened. So then that actually ended up probably being more than a 9 hour event because the server was down for a while. So then it's
Yeah.
the same thing. They're trying to update PC and they still have issues. So it looks like every time they update the game, they just are having issues across the board. I'm trying to get more information on this for you guys right now, like live while we're
Yeah, I
talking.
tried to find
But
some stuff before.
I'm like
'Cause I
not
saw,
seeing like the
something that I
exact.
was like trying to read up on it, and I couldn't find too much about it. I think people would probably just post the stuff, and it's kind of just gone down now.
Yeah, interesting.
Dude, it just like makes me feel like, what do they do in their hiring process there? Like, we want to make sure a good coder but incompetent in many ways as requirements.
Wow.
I don't I don't get it, dude. Oh,
No, I really just think that like their coding is just so bad that like no one can fix it. Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know if it's that or they're just
and it really seems like from
they
what I've
just
read and
built
stuff that
something out of hand.
I think that they literally made they admitted that they like basically used create a game clip art to make the game, and
Yeah.
they didn't build their own code. And I think now like they built on top, so like they it's like building a house. Like their foundation is so bad
Yeah.
it's not theirs, and
Oh,
they
jeez,
built
I
a
just
whole
put
house
that
like on top of this, and now they're
Yeah.
trying to like update the house, but like the foundation isn't even theirs. And I
Yeah,
think like
they're
I think that's
porting it over. Yeah.
I think it's just a huge issue because even here, I'm like reading, there's just so many issues on PC, man. I feel like if they could, they would like maybe remake the game, but like maybe I guess they don't want to, or maybe they secretly are gonna remake the game with their own code. I mean, who really
I don't know.
knows what's going
Dude,
on?
I
There's
don't
been a lot of people
That's
suspecting
just
that could be the thing. I
it
don't know.
would probably be a good idea to just be like, all right, like we just dedicate time to rebuilding it from the ground up, but that requires a lot of manpower and they kind of keep moving forward. I don't know, man. It's a tough decision, but that's what happens when you have a dude that making the game that doesn't know how to code at all, or like a company that bought them out and they just exploded. They just
Yeah.
kind of, I think, bit off more than they could chew. Maybe.
Yeah, well, I
don't
mean,
know.
which isn't, I
It's
guess,
just
bad for
sucks.
them because they got success, and hopefully they can figure it out. But for the users, it stinks on a user perspective.
Yeah, I agree. It's just I can't even describe it. It just seems like it's incompetence, but I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, it just seems like at this point, like the game was so popular for so long that it seems like can't they just, and they were partnered with Microsoft and all this stuff. Like, couldn't they just say, hey, like what you said, in your company, like everyone stop what they're doing. We're going to get every single person available. We're going to contract people, use Microsoft people and just fix the game. Like start over, start the code or something really drastic. I'm making it up off the top of my head, but like, it just seemed like they would have done something that crazy to fix it already, but I guess not.
Yeah. And I think that it's also the fact that PC runs better. It's not great. They have their issues. But so they don't bother to fix it. You know what I mean? Like it's okay on one, then they're like, oh, it's too small, it's not worth it. Eventually, Xbox will, I bet, go down, and I don't know, maybe. It's so hard to tell.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to tell, man. And I saw a thing on Reddit today. This is kind of like changing topics here a little bit, but people were saying that on this True Achievements, which is a website that tracks like achievements in games, and I guess they become like a maybe more popular website now. I'm not really sure, like doing other stuff, but I remember using that website like a long time ago to track my achievements. But when I was into that stuff, but they put out a thing here that like they show the top 20 games like being played on Xbox, and someone posted on Reddit that like PUBG was like in the 17th spot on Xbox. But then I read, so I'm like, let me like look into this, and I read into it. It is actually like a pretty not misleading, but it was like the chart was based off a sample size of 1 million Xbox players, and I'm like, that's a lot. I'm like, I wonder how many Xbox Live players there are. So I Googled it. What do you think? How many active Xbox Live users do you think there are?
I don't know. Maybe
I'm going to give you a hint that it's over 1 million. Yeah. So that's what I thought. I thought it was going to be 10 to 20 million. It's 59 million active.
59?
59. So 1 million is a great sample size. So don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That would be like when they're doing like national studies.
Statistically, yes, it's significant.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Sometimes they just use like 1,000 people. But the question is like, it's still not, it's not showing that it's like the actual player count. You know what I mean? So and we know like between like, there's probably a huge, the big games are probably really up there, but then from like 5 to 20, the amount of people is probably pretty close. So like, I would like to see the actual numbers, but I don't think, they said they'll never post them. And maybe there's a reason why they don't do that. But there probably is, like, I don't know, they don't want to like shit on a game that like has no players. But I thought that was interesting. But again, I just don't think that's like super accurate to say it. And then I figured you could check. We could both check. We do this for every podcast episode. It's kind of just become like a tradition now, just for fun. The twitch.tv, like browse. Hopefully this doesn't start making a noise here. We just like to look at what people are watching. And I kind of make a disclaimer every week that obviously this doesn't tell you the player base, but it shows you what people are watching right now on Twitch, which shows you kind of what's popular at the moment, at least in the gaming community. So right now I'm looking at it, and Grand Theft Auto was first again. They were first last week, and it's got to be because of who is streaming. Last week it was Summit 1G. So
Summit's still streaming.
Yeah, it's him again with 41,000 viewers. And again, it's going to change throughout the day and at night.
Yeah, so and PUBG. So I just noticed there's something we could have talked about a little bit, is that Call of Duty Blackout got another map.
Oh yeah, we could talk. Yeah, we'll hit it right after this if you want to. I haven't played it yet though, so
me neither.
Which actually, I should probably go play it. So let's just say, so we got Grand Theft Auto's first, Fortnite second, League of Legends third. Usually these games are all in the top 5, top 10. Just Chatting is fourth. Hearthstone is fifth. I used to play Hearthstone a lot, but I gave up on it. And then Apex Legends is actually pretty far back now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least just for today. And Counter-Strike, Tom Clancy, Blackout. People are back on Black Ops, obviously. And PUBG is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 is like 15.
Yeah, not terrible.
No, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it's a little less than 15. It's like 14 or 13. I don't feel like counting again. So that's good. And you know what? Honestly, before we move on from this, I have high hopes that if PUBG has some really great updates, and I think they're going to announce some cool stuff in the next couple months. Like I think I think they honestly are working on a lot of things. And when these updates come down the console and are announced on PC, I feel like Call of Duty Call of Duty fades pretty hard in the summer because then people are thinking about the next Call of Duty. I feel like PUBG has a big chance of like making a pretty big comeback, and we'll track Apex. But if that game starts to, like, I've seen less of my friends playing Apex, and Firestorm and all that stuff. What's crazy is like Battlefield's not even I don't even see Battlefield anywhere. So I really
Yeah.
have high hopes that like PUBG might make a comeback, and it's crazy that if that's possible, if they would really survive like all these games coming out. So good for them, and I hope they do.
Yeah, me
So we'll
too.
see.
PUBG still has the potential to come back, and I think it's been around for 2 years now, and it's still top on Twitch, so it's been there. It's not like Apex is at 30,000 viewers, and it's only been around for 4 months. So I mean, we'll see what happens. Time will
Yeah.
tell, but I think that it's still doing well in the grand scheme of things for being a 2-year-old game.
No, for sure.
Only 1-year-old console, but I think we'll see more. I think it's not over yet.
Yeah.
But
No, for sure. It's such a fun game.
yeah, I mean, in case anyone doesn't know, Call of Duty Blackout released another map called Alcatraz, and it's a completely different game type.
Is it a complete? It's for Blackout.
It's Blackout, but there's respawns, and you drop from random places. You drop from like random portals back onto the map.
Really?
So it's like kind of like survival. It's kind of like the PUBG War Zone.
Oh, like war mode.
Yeah, war mode. But
So
it's
it's
on
like team
Alcatraz
deathmatch
Island.
though.
What's that?
So it's like team deathmatch in a way.
Yeah, but it's more battle royale style. So it's I guess war mode is team deathmatch, but it's just I think it's
I wonder how many lives you
battle.
have.
It's 10 teams of 4.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And I guess there's still a circle, I think, from what I understand.
Oh,
And maybe you run out of lives eventually. I'm not sure. It said there was respawns. I have to watch it again, but it's definitely something to check out. We should play it. Just check it out. Change it up.
Let me see. Yeah, no, I definitely should try that out this week. Maybe I should pop on at some point. I'm trying to go to Reddit right now to see. There's a bunch of updates here. Wow. There's also like a free access period for Blackout, I guess, which makes sense. It should just, maybe it shouldn't be free, but it should be like on sale or something right now. So quads with 40 maximum players per match, up to 5 total redeployments per player before the final circle, as long as one member of the squad remains alive. So if you have 5, I'll just read it again. 5 total redeployments per player before the final circle, as long as one member of the squad remains alive. Interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, it's definitely a different take on it. Nice change of pace. I think they're trying, but in reality, we also have other news that they are coming out with a new Call of Duty in 2019. So,
wow,
we gotta see what they're doing with Battle Royale in general.
What's crazy to me though, I can't get my head off this right now, is that like that's so weird that they would pick 5, because like what if you is there any reward for not dying? Because what if you
5
died?
lives.
Yeah, what if you died? What if you just played super aggressive and you died 4 times, and then you make it into the final circle 1v1 versus a person who never died 1 time? I feel like that person already should just be like the winner because they didn't die the whole time, right? I don't know. So I'm just thinking of a very one-off scenario, but
yeah. If that makes sense. Well, I mean, if they kill you, you still have 5 lives, right? Well, I guess it.
No. And once you're in the final circle, you don't have any more lives. They all go away. It says you can't respawn once you're in the final circle. So it's just like, it's not a big deal, but
yeah, it's a compensation that they didn't compensating, and then they were like, we're just gonna make it in here.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like super well thought out, or maybe it was. I don't know.
Yeah, no problem. And I think they just want people, again, like they probably want to make it more like not casual, but like more for everybody. You know what I mean? So like being able to respond makes it just easier for the average person to get in, like play, and not feel super frustrated that they got killed right off the bat, and that's the best. Even if you just respawn 1 time, I mean, to land and die always sucks. So to be able to respawn 2 times or 3 times is fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely important to like kind of change that habit a little bit, to like give everyone a little bit more of a chance to onboard people.
Yeah.
But well, I think it's just also they need to change it up and do something slightly different. But anyway,
and
definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I have to play it, man. Well, maybe check it out this week. So I was just like reading stuff. I'm sure you're doing the same thing. So a little distracted. Sorry, everybody. My fault.
No, yeah.
Just reading about
no,
this,
I mean,
I
was just looking at like, the game Taylor Kurosaki is is on Twitter. Actually, this is today that written today whether the new Call of Duty will be the most ambitious game they've ever worked on, and he replied saying definitely. It's just like they say that every time.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many memes about like the Call of Duty cycle, and it's so true. Like how right now, like
ambitious game we've ever made.
Like no, like Call of Duty,
duh, bro.
Call of Duty comes out, like people like the best game. Then immediately after, people start like shitting on it. Then people get shit on. Then like it will make like a small comeback like right now, and then it's just a hilarious cycle. And then like in the summer, then people end up just hating the game, right? And then in the summer, people are like next COD's gonna be the one, and then like hype builds, game comes out, everyone shits on it, and it's like the same kind of cycle like over and over again.
Yeah, I don't know how professional gamers deal with that shit.
Yeah, it's
I don't know, dude. It says on this segmentnext.com. It says Modern Warfare 2 is the most memorable Call of Duty game. One can say it's the Bob Dylan of video games.
Jeez. I don't listen to Bob Dylan, so.
I mean, Bob Dylan is real super famous. How do you not know? I mean,
no, I know who Bob Dylan is, but to me, like, he's not the most famous musician of all time.
I mean, he's like the grandfather of like that genre, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so.
If you definitely change music of his music. He's like folk music kind of.
Dude, you know what, dude? I don't care. I'll tell you right now, I don't care about Bob Dylan.
Whatever, bro.
Hot take.
I mean, they're trying to make a.
No, I get it.
A metaphor here, but
I get it. I'm gonna get all the flack for saying that.
Warfare.
I'm just kidding. I honestly just really
Modern Warfare 4 hints. I just don't think it. I mean, I get what they're trying to do. It's a steep thing to say that Modern Warfare 2 is the Bob Dylan of music. Even if you like Bob Dylan, I'm like,
well, it almost kind of is, dude. Because I mean, a lot of people say Call of Duty 4, but like Call of Duty 2. I mean, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, like,
dude, this is the same company that gave us Call of Duty Ghosts.
No, but I'm saying like Call of Duty 4 changed like the Call of Duty landscape forever because it put in like kill streaks like 3, 5, 7 kill streaks, and then that's like Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, that's 4.
And then like that like kind of branded the most popular probably FPS franchise of all time to date. You know.
Listen, yeah, I get it. Modern Warfare 2 was definitely like one of the best.
No, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Sure. I mean, it was a great time, but it wasn't the best because it was severely flawed.
Blackout. Black Ops 1 and 2. My favorite.
And Modern Warfare 3 to me is one of the most perfect ones. I'll say that.
Yeah, Modern Warfare
I think people sleep on that.
I just think it. I don't know, dude. I just think they're coming out with the same shit. Modern Warfare 4.
And it's definitely going to be Modern Warfare 4, right? Is that like 100% confirmed?
It's Modern Warfare 4.
It's like confirmed, basically.
They're going to have another it's going to be Battle Royale map in there, and the most ambitious game that they've made since last year's most ambitious game that they've made.
To me, the biggest thing would for them to say that this is going to be the last Call of Duty. I think that would change the game. They need to say that. I think they need to come out and say that.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
What do you think?
Infinity Ward is making this one in this article. Like, people are hype. Infinity Ward.
Oh yeah, I like Treyarch better. Yeah.
They gave us Call of Duty Ghosts, bro. The worst Call of Duty. And like the landslide of breaking Call of Duty.
I know, but you know what, dude? A couple people in the stream said that Ghost is like one of their favorites, and I was very surprised.
Oh God!
Sorry, guys, in the stream, I was very surprised.
How dare you?
I know, I was saying the same thing, but
it's a sacrilege. Right after Call of Duty Blackout, that was right after Black Ops 2 and Xbox One X or Xbox One was just coming out, and that was just the break because you were like, oh. Call of Duty will unite, bring us to a new console generation, and they came out with Ghost, and it was just like garbage.
Yeah, it was not good. The sliding, I did not like that game at all.
It was just hot trash.
I did not like the maps and the extra sliding around.
And then we had to play fucking
the kill streaks were weird.
Battlefield 4, which was even more hot trash. So it was just dumpster fire city for first-person shooters in 2013.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But dude, wouldn't it just be so dope to see all the Call of Duty publishers just come together? I mean, studios, and then them just make the biggest like just make it every Call of Duty game ever. Like have all the guns, have all the shit, make it battle royale, have all them all updating it. And then you being like the consumer knows like we're done making Call of Duties for right now. We're gonna update the shit out of this game. We're gonna make the base game $60. Everything else is gonna be free. If you want a battle pass, you pay $10 for 2 months. We're gonna have sick things in here. We're gonna have guns from every franchise. We're gonna have the best maps. We're gonna have this. We're gonna have zombies. Like, it would just be insane.
Dude, I just don't know why they're doing this. I don't know how. Like, if I was a major investor, I'd be like, dude, you guys are not learning.
Yeah.
You know, they're not doing well.
But even at the same time, man,
I mean, they're doing okay financially, but like stock market wise, they're not doing great because like people just know. I'm like, yo, you can't be doing the same damn thing. Like, change it up.
Well, what happens is like their cash cows, which are Call of Duty and World of Warcraft now, are like are not in the. They're still doing okay, but they're not like Call of Duty and World of Warcraft used to be the leaders in their division, and now they're not.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know, and that shows that they're like haven't really come up with like new. They didn't make anything groundbreaking. And honestly, man, I'll forever love Call of Duty, but like I'm not super even that excited for the next one because I just feel like I've done everything there is to do in Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just feel like
I agree.
I agree. We've played so much, man. We've been playing for 20 years, 10, 15 years, I mean. So it's like,
yeah.
What else is there to do, man?
Yeah, it's just the same game with different skin, and a lot of times, and sometimes it's just shittier things.
I mean, I guess you could say that about video games in general, but like what I like about PUBG is it's different. It's a different game, and it's just so realistic that like I feel like I'm still getting that realistic fix. Like that keeps me coming back right now. Like back in the day, Call of Duty, what was addicting was playing with your friends, getting kill streaks, winning a domination match. I could not get my fix, but I feel like at this point, after 10 years, I have that fix. Like I got it.
I think that I feel the same way, and I think part of it was like being in the lobby just talking shit, and
that was the best. That was so fun back then.
That was the funniest thing in the planet sometimes, you know, just people just talking shit, and now it's just no one talks, and it's just like a bunch of children or something.
Yeah, like you'd be talking so much trash, and then the countdown timer's going like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're like loading it with your friends, and you all start laughing. You know, you're like, all right. And then like you try really hard because you want to beat the dudes that you just talk shit to.
Dude, I remember this is a throwback, and we were playing Black Ops 2, and we were playing, and like these guys were like pissed we beat them. They're like, you are a whole bunch of campers, or I don't know. They were like just talking shit, and we definitely were not campers. No one camped. Yeah. It was like domination, and they were just hating on us, and we just were like, we're gonna kick your ass. And then so we played, and we just destroyed them. And it was like, I always remember that game, and I think that's like one of the things that made Black Ops 2 like my favorite game. I just remember just like we all had like 6 team, we were like a full squad, and we just shit on these dudes.
Oh yeah, I love that, man. I loved
we played so hard too. We were like, we're gonna crush them.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we had streaks. I remember in Black Ops 1 where we had streaks of like us winning 300 games in a row, or at least I did, like playing with you guys.
Yeah.
And it was just like we would not lose games forever. We would just play and play and play, and we wouldn't lose a game. It was just ridiculous. It was so much fun. I love that. Yeah. But after a while, then it's like there's a certain thing where, and I say what killed those games for me for right now is like there's no sense of like I won. Like if you win or lose, like you still get all this XP. And like what's cool about PUBG is like I know now they have the season survival ranking, and you get the survivor pass. But like there's really no like you don't care. I really don't care that much about my XP. But like all you care about is seeing that thing on the screen, like winner, winner, chicken dinner, and like it makes it worth it for you. You know what I mean? To try and win. So.
Yeah, and it's different because you get different guns. You know, different situations. It's always a little bit slightly different. You know. Yeah.
And I think it's like everybody loves the sandbox style gameplay like Grand Theft Auto. And because you get to loot in this world, you drop into a world and the whole world is like yours to explore. Mm-hmm. It has this Grand Theft Auto vibe that everybody loves. Like you could just do backflips on a snow bike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And do whatever you want. It's kind of fun. That part to me is what makes it really exciting too.
Yeah. Definitely. It definitely is an all around like battle royales in general definitely fill a lot of gaps, I think. Yeah. That people have needed.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure, man.
Yeah, so
that's for sure, dude. And I think with that, dude, that's a good way to end it, man. Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we went a little bit longer than we kind of had discussed originally.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's fine.
Kind of just flowing,
it's good. Sometimes we come into this, we're just like, well, there's not much content to talk about this week, or you know.
Yeah, but there's always something.
You know what we could say is that I am stoked for Game of Thrones this weekend. That's
Oh
what I'm
no, it's
looking
true,
for.
man. It's true because
Bro.
the next episode. I mean, yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
watched the season opening
Yeah.
of premiere of Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
the final season.
We may have to give our little like 2 cents on that one
Oh,
next week.
dude, 100%. We'll have a little Game of Thrones like part of each episode while that's running for sure. Because it's basically who's making it into the final circle for the Game of Thrones characters.
I know, yeah, dude. It's been a battle royale.
Yeah,
They should make, dude. I just, I'm gonna be so sad when it's over. I'm just like not gonna understand life.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna have to go to like people are gonna have to go to like Game of Thrones support groups.
Dude, I just, yeah, dude. I just like don't like having it not last year. It was so heartbreaking, and then like now there's this huge, like, just like wow, now it's gonna be over, and I'm like, what in the world?
You know, it'd be pretty dope. Now that you said you were about to say Game of Thrones Battle Royale. Imagine Game of Thrones, but like Command and Conquer style, where like you picked what house you wanted to be, like
Oh, yeah,
and then you
that would
played
be
like
cool.
kind of not Command and Conquer. What is it, Age of Empires or something
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that? That would be pretty
I
fun.
wonder, don't they have that on mobile or something like that? Something similar, maybe. Nah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so, but I know Command and Conquer's on mobile, but I don't know about Age of Empires.
I wonder how Command and Conquer is on mobile.
Remember
That's probably
our buddy was telling us to play
Oh
it.
yeah,
but
yeah. I
Tom.
just don't want to play that kind of game on a small little phone screen.
I just don't. Honestly, I just don't want to play. I'm not
Command
really.
and Conquer.
I just don't really want to play
How
mobile
dare you?
games. I think no. Command and Conquer, I do. I just don't think I really want to play mobile games yet, but I might.
No,
So
I mean, if I had like an iPad, maybe I would, but I'm not 10, and my mom's not trying to entertain me.
maybe I want to play a mobile game, but I think I don't know. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
I
don't wanna hate on
I have a
mobile.
computer. I could just use the mouse.
Yeah, it's fun, but I just like playing on Xbox
Yeah.
and PC.
So, yeah. Well, final circle, the Game of Thrones cast, dude. That was clever.
Yeah, no, it really is going to be like that though, because I mean it is a game. That's what it's called, Game of Thrones. But really, it seems like at this point they're just coming together to try to fight the White Walkers. But the whole time, it really has just been the name, like they're who's taking the throne,
Yeah.
or who's going to. So you
Dude,
kind of
who's
forget
gonna die? Who's gonna be get the winner chicken dinner?
that. Yeah,
The
seriously.
winner Dana Targaryen's dinner.
Dragon dinner. Yeah, seriously.
Whatever.
That's
Damn,
funny,
bro.
All right, man. So we'll end it there.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for dropping by, everybody.
Yep. Thanks for making it or surviving into the final circle with us. And we'll catch you guys next week for the historic, legendary episode number 20 of the Final Circle podcast.
Yes.
Night, everybody. Peace.
Night.